Hello, and welcome to Digital Essentials, a course designed to help older adult caregivers and recipients of care navigate and understand the digital world. This course is presented to you by Senior Planet from AARP as part of the CDC Foundation project. My name is Ilse Duarte, and I am a technology trainer here at Senior Planet. I'm very excited that you chose to take this series, and I hope you get a lot out of it. This session, Online Safety, is part of a course that demonstrates how digital tools and platforms can help make everyday tasks easier and can be used to improve physical and mental well-being. Let's get started. I will start the presentation, and here we go. This is online safety, and here are our main topics. We will talk about strong passwords, spam, phishing, online banking safety, and then I'll end with some useful tips for you. So let's start with creating strong passwords. The more sensitive the information, the stronger the password needs to be. So what do we mean by sensitive? If you have an account with your library, you're not buying anything there, you're not sharing your credit card information, no bank information, that should still be a strong password, but think about your medical information or your banking information. For those accounts online, you need a very strong password. And as our second item on the slide indicates, we strongly recommend that you create unique passwords for each platform, different accounts, different passwords. What are some good ideas? The first item is the longer, the better. It used to be that experts would tell you, make it very complicated. That will be harder for hackers to guess. But now they're saying longer is better. You still need a combination of letters, numbers, and symbols, but the length is going to help you stay safe from hackers. Your chances of staying safe are higher that way. We recommend using a meaningful phrase that substitutes letters with numbers and symbols, harder to guess, meaningful to you, not easy for a hacker to guess. So some examples on our right are age with attitude, walk a mile a day. Sorry, walk a mile today. Although walk a mile a day would be nice too. Try better, fail better, be visible. And right in the middle there, you can use some other symbols. You can have the uppercase letters be in places that would be unusual, like a capital E for better rather than the capital B for better, and so on. Some people use an opening line to a book they like or a joke, something, again, that is very familiar to you, but would be hard for a hacker to guess. We recommend writing it down. And even if you lose that piece of paper, if you forget your password, don't worry. It happens to all of us, and it's very easy to reset your password. I've had to reset several passwords. When you go to the website to log in, there will be a phrase, a box where you will read "forgot password." You click there, and you will be prompted to provide your email address. The vendor or whoever the website is will send to you a message with prompts to reset your password. Don't worry, as I said, it happens to all of us. Now we will be talking about spam. What is spam? Spam is unwanted or junk email sent to you by strangers. And even if it is a well-known place like Macy's or Target, that's still an email sent to you by strangers, especially when you didn't request this email. This is equivalent to your weekly circulars and ads. I still get the money mailer in my inbox, my regular mail inbox. I recycle it. Usually they try to sell you something. And it's not that these are dangerous messages, but they are a nuisance. Look at that number. Over 1 billion spam messages are sent every day. They are clogging our inboxes. And we have some examples there: Medicare plan, American Express, legitimate companies, right? But you may not want to receive these messages. What to do? I mentioned that I recycle the paper envelopes I get in my regular mailbox. In my email inbox, I delete them. I ignore them. Sometimes I do nothing. I just leave them there. But you also have the option on your email software to mark that email as junk or spam or spam. And then next time you get an email from that sender, your email software will send it directly to the junk or spam folder on your email. Another solution to this is to see if in the body of the email there is a link to unsubscribe. You can unsubscribe from their mailing list. Maybe you did choose to subscribe and you've changed your mind, or maybe you didn't realize you were subscribing for emails. Unsubscribe either from that email or from the website if you have an account with that vendor or business. Next, we're going to talk about phishing. Remember I said that spam is a nuisance, but not necessarily dangerous. Phishing is potentially very dangerous. Look at the name itself, phishing with PH. They are trying to catch you. They're phishing for very important information, and they're trying to catch you. What are they after? These phishing scams are attempts at identity theft by email or a website, sometimes other means of communication. We will get there. So how does this happen? You may receive communications from individuals or a group pretending to be a legitimate business or financial institution. And notice that we're using the word communications. It can be via email. Usually these communications are done via email, but nowadays they are targeting our telephones. We're getting text messages, and even on the telephone, landline or cell phone, they're calling us, trying to get us to reveal these this important information about us. If it is an email, they will ask you to click on a link so you can provide that important information, or they ask you to download and complete a certain attached document. Do not click on that email link. Do not open an attachment. The attachment may contain a virus that will contaminate your computer. And don't click on the link. Don't initiate this process. You didn't initiate it. This is unwanted. They want information from you that you do not have to provide. Let me give you some examples. People pretending to be from my bank, people pretending to be from Amazon, people pretending to be from PayPal, and the email messages look very authentic. They look like they could be from Amazon because hackers are very good at replicating the graphics. But there are some warning signs to watch out for, even if the email looks very, very professional. Let's take a look at that. So especially if it is an email, there will be a generic salutation. There will be obvious typos and errors. There will be a sense of urgency. They really need your information, otherwise something very bad will happen. For example, your Amazon account will be blocked, or your bank account will be blocked, or a famous one is from Amazon. I've gotten it several times. This charge of $499 have been made to your credit card on your Amazon account. And you go, no, 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 I didn't buy anything costing $499. So you click on the link because you want to get that resolved. Don't do that. Go, if you do have an Amazon account, go to the Amazon website and see if that really happened. Chances are, no, there won't be any charge of $499 on your account. So that was an example of urgency, but they do that when they pretend to be from a vendor, they pretend to be from a bank, and or maybe there's some medical information that needs to be corrected, otherwise something bad will happen to you. Don't fall for that. Again, so if it is an email, you may see a weird link. We will see an example of that. And there will always be requests for personal information, especially if it is from a bank. They already have your personal information, so don't fall for that. And finally, there will be a generic signature. They are not a legitimate business. There isn't someone who works for your bank or from Amazon, so they cannot give you a signature other than generic. So let's take a look at that example that I mentioned. This is a phishing email pretending to be from a bank. And see, the look is quite professional, right? And they will probably be successful at replicating the logo from whatever bank it is. But let's look more specifically at the text. So it starts with a generic salutation. They don't know who you are. Dear my bank valued member. That should raise a red flag. Due to concerns for the safety and integrity of online banking, so we already have a typo right there, and the typos continue. Second paragraph, it has come to our attention that your account information needs to be updated due to inactive members, frauds, and spoof reports. Fraud, we don't want that to happen, right? So they are trying to create this sense of urgency and make us believe that something bad may happen if we don't act. And right underneath that, you see more typos. If you could please take 5-10 minutes of your online experience. If there is a legitimate communication from a legitimate business, they will have professionals in-house to look at all their written communication, precisely to make sure there are no typos and there are no mistakes in grammar and punctuation. This is not professional. They are pretending to be somebody else. Let's take a look at the link. So it starts out well, https ://www.mybank, okay, .com, not .com. So that is a fishy website. We should be on the alert. And finally, a generic ending, a generic signature. Sincerely, my bank customer department. There isn't anybody who works at that bank writing to you. Another warning sign. So as I mentioned, you may receive an email, but these phishing scams may take other forms. So let's take a look at a message on a telephone. So I believe these are both text messages. There's even an 800 number. It may sound legitimate, but Amazon does not communicate with us that way. If you have an account with Amazon, everything is there on your account. On the right, Amazon, congratulations. You came in first in this week's Amazon Pods raffle. So if you are familiar with Amazon, you know that they don't have such things. And look at that link. Do not click on the link. It is trying to get your information, your personal information. Amazon does not communicate with its customers that way. And moving on, we're going to talk about communications from your bank, what to look out for. The best thing to do is be familiar with how our bank communicates. Do they send us emails? And what do the emails look like? Does it come from a person, from a particular department? What does it look like normally? Or do they send you snail mail letters? My bank usually does. If it is a matter of concern, they usually send me a letter, or they may call me on the telephone. And if I am not sure they are who they're telling me they are, I initiate the communication, and I call a number that I know is the number to my bank. Again, looking at communications from your bank, my second item there, your bank will not ask you for account information in unsolicited communications. As I said before, they know, they have your personal information, your account information on file. And if they have any questions, again, you need to make sure they are who they say they are in their communications. You can set up security alerts for activity on your account. So it can come from you. You can request for them to set up security alerts for activity on your account. Whether or not you have an online account, let me say it again. Whether or not you are banking online, you can call them and ask them to set up alerts for you when there are updates or changes to account settings. If there has been a large withdrawal, maybe you withdrew a lot of money recently, but maybe you didn't. So you want to get these notifications when that happens. Another kind of notification you can request is when your balance falls below a set amount. Or if, very importantly, if there have been failed login attempts on your account, on your online banking account. Why is that? Because people trying to hack into your account, they're not going to guess it right away. They're going to attempt a few times, and after a certain amount of attempts, you should be notified. Maybe it was you, but if it wasn't you, if it was somebody else, you will probably be asked to reset your password. That's easy to do, as I mentioned before, and it's recommended that you do so. And finally, any alerts that may come from your bank will not include requests for sensitive information. They already have it. Do not give it via email, text, or on the telephone. And that is also true for other information like your medical information and other information you may have, like social security number. Never give them out. Okay, next. Why would it be beneficial to bank online? One of the advantages is that online banking lowers the risk for fraud. Why is that? Because it is in any bank's interest to make sure your money is safe and protected and your personal information is safe and protected. Banks are under very strict governmental regulations and they need to abide by them. So it is in their interest to do everything they can, and they do. They have cyber security features available to make sure that your information, your money is kept safe and your private information is kept safe. Other advantages, the ability to bank online empowers you to access and manage your money any time of the day. Maybe when you're not feeling well and don't want to go to your bank, you can access your account information after bank hours. This is very convenient for users. You can monitor your account as frequently as you'd like, once a day, a few days a week, as you like. And as I mentioned before, online, it's very easy to set up alerts for large purchases and all the other features we talked about. Your balance going below a certain amount, login attempts, all of that can be done easily online. You can transfer money online. You can pay your bills online. Is that safe to do? Yes, it is. As I said, these banks have security features in place that make these transactions secure and easy. And at the very bottom, we have those two graphics indicating that online banking can be done on your computer, laptop, desktop, or on your telephone. There chances are that your bank already has an app that you can download on your telephone. And moving on, we're going to end our session with a few useful tips. The first one is use your common sense. We're seniors, we've been around the block quite a while. We can sense trouble, we can sense a scam, and we should use our intuition. And other practical things to do and to keep in mind are avoid giving out personal information, especially when no need really has been established. These scammers are trying to make you believe there is urgency, there is a need. Relax, do not respond to those emails, and contact the business, contact the bank directly. Do not respond. Our third item is never give your social security number online. And when I say this, sometimes seniors tell me, but you just told me that there are all of these security features in place. But security breaches sometimes happen. If somebody gets your credit card number fraudulently, you can call your credit card, and actually they will call you first. You can cancel your credit card. You will get a new one in the mail in 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. If somebody gets a hold of your social security number, it is very, very hard to then prove that it is your social security number and not the other person's. So this is very serious. Do not give your social security number online. And if you are prompted, if there is a legitimate website there that is asking for your social security number, contact them and ask them if you can send that information in a different way, not via the internet. Our next tip is don't answer strange emails. You're not obligated to. Especially a good reason not to respond is that, remember, they don't know who we are. These phishing scams, they're done by people who are guessing at who we are. Maybe they're using, they don't know if the email they're using is current. So if you reply to them saying, you won't get me, I'm on to you, you are validating the fact that, yes, this is an account that is current, this email is being used. Don't do that. Just do not respond. Move it to your trash bin, delete it, do not respond. Never click on links in strange emails. They will take you to a website that will request your personal information. Don't even go there. Don't click on those links. Don't open those attachments either. And finally, if it seems to be too good to be true, it probably is. And again, use your common sense, use your wisdom. If something doesn't feel right, you don't have to pursue it, especially if it was unsolicited. And that is the end of our presentation. And I will end by asking you a couple of things. But first, let me thank you for joining us for this session of the Digital Essentials course. Don't forget, this is one session out of a larger series of sessions for our Digital Essentials course. And if you would like to see the other videos in the series, handouts, instructional videos, additional information, please go to seniorplanet.org/caregiving. Thank you very much for joining us again. And I wish you very good sessions during this course. Goodbye.